Hi everyone, welcome to the second video on Medium, and last week I posted a video about Medium to talk about document design. That's what Medium will be for us for the most part in English 122, but I do want to let you think about the other aspect of Medium that I think going through the document design process will help you to realize. You know, Medium is really the place that your piece of writing would be published if you were really publishing something. And publishing is not a part of English 122, but I think as a part of the assignment, it's helpful to imagine the document that you're designing for Essay 3 could exist, in a published place. So I want to stress you are not required to publish anything, but this is what something would look like if it were published. So you're sort of designing your document to look like the thing that would be published. So just a few examples to help you to see what I'm talking about. If you decide that you don't want to write an academic essay, this is really what I'm going over, some examples for pieces of writing that won't follow an academic essay, a white file with black type, an MLA format, an MLA documentation with some images. That would be an academic essay. You want to try something different. So these are a few options that you can go for, just to show you what they would look like in their published place. So one thing that students have done with Essay 3 in past semesters is written a website, and Weebly, you see the name of Weebly up here in the upper right hand corner, is a free website creator. It has templates you can use, really easy to write an essay and then create a website that has links, a navigation link. So you see an example Weebly website here, the navigation links at the top, a navigation link list here, images that you can put in, writing you can put in, and then when you would click on these links, this isn't a clickable website, it's just an image of what a Weebly website would look like. It would take you to separate pages where your writing would be and maybe some more images. So a website that you would publish. If you decide to do a website and you decide to use Weebly, you will send me the link for the website and I'll grade it from there. But you don't have to publish it, to anybody else. It's just out there, and I'll see the work that you do. An open letter is usually published online. I talked about this in a couple of videos before. There's an open letter that's been in the news in the last couple of weeks. There's a professor at Harvard who's been accused of inappropriate behavior, even some sexual allegations against this professor. So what happened then a couple of weeks ago, if I scroll down, you'll see this open letter was published on the Harvard Crimson website. And when you click on this PDF view where you can read the open letter is from here to here. And then you see there were several professors that signed the open letter. Here's the content of the open letter in this column. So open letters are published from a person, a few people, to other specific people. In this case, this was a public letter written in support of a professor. And I'm going to hit my back arrow to show you that after this open letter was published, another response letter was published from 73 other members at Harvard saying, we don't understand how those faculty, there was 30 odd faculty members supporting the accused professor. This group saying, we don't understand how you could sign that letter because the investigation around this case has not been released. So that's an example of an open letter, something that's published out there for everyone to read. And then this is the Harvard Crimson, so this is an example of a website too, but just wanted to show you an example of an open letter. I've asked you to look at a few pieces of writing from the Audacity. The Audacity is a blog that is published, supported by Roxanne Gay, who's a writer, and a few of her writer friends and some editors. You see Roxanne's last name is here, so she's pretty much the person behind the Audacity. So you've seen the essay Tense. Some of you have read it already. If you click on Audacity at the top, it takes you to the subscription page. Let me read it first. And then you see there are some other essays. You can go to lots of different essays. Roxanne does an update every couple of weeks, and then there are different essays as you scroll down. So you can see what a blog looks like. But the blog essay itself, let's look at this one. We'll look at a different one. I was looking at this essay a couple of weeks ago. You know, it looks like an essay. It's not an MLA format, colored background, images, an avatar with the writer's face. The writing is here. There might be links to other pieces of writing. So you can see what a blog essay looks like on a blog page. I'm going to scroll back up to the top so you can just see the title. There's some other images up here, you know, the logo for the blog, a sign in, a subscribe button. So different things that you could put on a blog page if you're designing it, maybe in a word processing document. There are free blogs out there. The one that I'm thinking about now is, let me see if I can find it at the end. It used to be called WordPress, but it's changed names. And I'm going to show you another blog right now. I think it's this page. Medium is a blog that's very, very popular. It's been popular for probably 4 to 5 years. I chose a page that is looking at articles about the war in Ukraine, but you can Google Medium and come up with all kinds of different articles. If I click on the title, it'll take me to another blog example. You know, we just looked at the Audacity. Here's a different one. Same kind of setup, a login, a search, resume your membership, name of the writer, an avatar, image, title. This is called a, oh, it's escaping my mind. It'll come back in a byline, so we know what the rest of the article is about. Some images here, and then the essay. So because I have not paid for my membership, we can't see the rest of the essay here. But Medium usually lets you read maybe 3 to 5 before they ask you to start paying. So, but here's another example of a blog setup if you're interested in pretending that your essay is a blog and trying to set it up on a in a word processing document to look like a blog. I decided to show you a magazine. I went to Scientific American. You know, this is the home page. Let's look at, you know, a vaccine-related article. So here's a magazine article that's online. It has an overall category of what the essay is in a particular category related to its topic. Here's the title, here's the byline, the author, and the publishing date. Again, a lot of images, right? A lot more images. This stuff on the side, these are links to other essays, so this wouldn't be necessary in yours, but an image right at the top, then a lot of writing. You could think about putting advertisements in. There are hyperlinks to go to other sources for information. There'll probably be another image down here. The advertisement didn't come through there. The same advertisement several times. I was trying to see if there was another image for the essay, but apparently not, just the one at the top. So, you know, just an example of a magazine that's published online. And I know you've seen these before, but just showing you a couple of examples. I think the magazine and the blog is a little bit different. You know, this is a company publishing an essay, and bloggers are publishing their own. So there's more ownership through the writer on the blogs than there is in a magazine, where the magazine is paying the writer to publish the article. I thought I would show you an academic journal. This is an academic journal and an English journal that I subscribe to. I just want to scroll up to show you that in the journal there are ads, and then as I get to the journal article, there's just the title and then the author's name, and then you see there's a little bit of decoration through the font. You see the essay is written. There's a little note about the writer at the bottom. You see there's some information about the journal and the volume number and the issue number and the date, the copyright information. You see there's a header at the top that says the name of the journal. On this page, I think on the next page, the header is over here giving the title of the essay. And so that's going to keep alternating until the end of the essay, that I'll get the name of the journal and then again the name of the essay on the next page. So that's what an academic journal looks like. If you want to write an essay that is academic like the essays you write for class, but you want to consider what it would look like in a journal, that's an example of one. And then the last example I have is of a podcast. I have a few students on campus who are writing the script for a podcast, so they would talk through their topic, but they have to turn in the writing for the assignment. But this is what a podcast website looks like, that you could design, again, through Weebly if you wanted, and then provide the script for the podcast. You don't have to make the podcast, you just have to create the writing for the podcast. We'll talk about maybe making the podcast for the fourth assignment, where you're doing a multimodal assignment. But for now, you're just wanted to show you what it would look like to find a podcast. I'm sure a lot of you listen to podcasts, but I decided to show one. This is a poetry podcast called Slow Down. The podcast is done by Ada Limon, who is pictured here. And then this is the most recent episode, and then there are other episodes down here with the titles and the dates. You can subscribe to an email to the poet, who sends emails via email, and sends a poem via email with probably some commentary along with it, some announcements on the poet and what's happening with her professional writing, her poetic writing, and then some other podcasts down the bottom. So I just thought I would show you a website that has podcast information that isn't really tied to Apple Podcasts or to Google Podcasts or, trying to think of some of the other podcast websites that I've used, like SoundCloud, which I don't know if people are really using SoundCloud anymore, but there are different places you can find collections of podcasts. But I like this one because it's an individual one for this poet. All right, so just wanted to show you a couple of mediums, the way they would look in the real world online if they were really published. And again, I want to stress that you do not have to publish your essay 3, but I think it's helpful to imagine what your piece would look like if you're going to do something different than writing an academic essay and putting some images in it. And you're deciding to write in this way, choosing your medium so that you can explore some other writing outside of an academic essay writing, but still writing in such a way that you are meeting the requirements of the rhetorical situation. And I'm so excited for essay 3 because you get to work on developing your voice as a writer. You get to work on really expressing your exigence as passionately as you can. You get to really work on creativity and using your mind to place, not only to write, but to place your writing in a document so that it looks a certain way too. And so I'm so excited to see what you create for essay 3, you all. And let me know if you have questions, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.